Hello everyone, this is Virtualwiz from Wiz Tech. Welcome to this Flutter development course for beginners.
In this video, we are going to learn about GridView widgets. Let's get started. So what is a GridView widget? A GridView widget is a widget that displays a scrollable grid of items. It allows you to create a layout with multiple rows and columns, making it perfect for presenting data in a structured and organized way. The GridView widget provides two main types, GridView.count and GridView.builder. Let's first look at the GridView.count constructor. GridView.count constructor creates a fixed grid with the specified numbers of rows and columns. You can set the number of rows and columns in the grid, and the children are laid out in the fixed arrangement. Let's look at an example of GridView.count. In our previous video, we got familiar with ListView and ListView Builder. If you haven't watched the video yet, you can check it out from the description section. So let's remove this code from here and let's code the GridView.count. So to create a GridView.count, we simply type in GridView.count, and it has a parameter for cross-axis count, so let's provide it too. So this means the number of columns that the grid will have. So right now we are providing it to be 2, and children. So the children will be whatever items we want to display on the screen. So let's display a container with a color of colors.red, and let's copy this and paste it below. So let's change the color of each container. This will be blue and this one will be green. You can add as many number of children as you want. For now we'll only have 3. So let's run the code. Here you go. We have 2 columns. This is this column number 1 and this is the column number 2, and the children are laid out like this. So red, blue and green. We can increase the number of columns by changing the cross-axis count from 2 to, let's say, 3, and it changes the column count to 3. So this is GridView.count that creates a fixed grid with specified numbers of rows and columns. Another type of grid view in Flutter is the GridView.builder. The GridView.builder constructor creates a grid with a dynamic number of rows and columns. It generates grid items on demand as the user scrolls, which is useful for large or dynamic datasets. Let's look at an example of GridView.builder. Let's first remove the GridView.count builder, and to create a GridView.builder, we simply type in GridView.builder. It takes in 2 parameters, so a grid delegate and an item builder. So the grid delegate is a property which allows you to define various grid layouts, such as changing the aspect ratio, setting spacing between items and more. So let's provide a sliver grid delegate with fixed cross-axis count. So this means it will have a fixed column, and let's provide the cross-axis count of 2. So it will always be 2. It will not change when the grid is created because we are providing a fixed cross-axis count. Now inside the item builder, we have to provide a context and the index for the grid items. Inside here we return a container like we did in the grid.count. So let's provide a color. Since GridView.builder is a dynamic builder, so instead of having to provide colors one by one to each container, let's create a list of colors that the container will go through to provide the color for each container. That is built by the GridView.builder. So for this, let's create a list of color, and let's name it colors. Sorry, color, not colors. And the list will have, let's say, colors dot red, colors dot blue, colors dot green, and colors dot yellow. So 4 colors, and in here we provide colors with index modulus colors dot length. So provide a semicolon right here, and below this GridView builder, sorry, item builder, this one, add a comma and provide an item count of 10. So rebuild the app, and you can see we have a grid with 2 rows that we provided right here, cross axis count 2, and number of items is 10. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 10 items in total. So we can increase the item count right here, so 20, and hot restart the app, and we will have 20 items here. Let's go over this again. So the grid delegate is responsible for creating the number of columns. So let's add a comment, number of columns. The item count is responsible for creating the total number of grid items, and the item builder is responsible for dynamically building the items inside the grid. So this colors is a dynamic list of 4 colors inside it: red, blue, green, and yellow. And what I did here, index percentage colors dot length. So let's define this. So index is the current index of the grid item, and the percentage, or also known as the modulo operator, which returns the remainder of the division between 2 numbers. So index, which is currently 0, and the colors dot length, which is currently 4. So this returns the remainder of this 2 index. So in this case, index percentage colors dot length calculates the remainder of dividing the index by the total number of colors in the colors list. So index divided by colors dot length, and it gives the remainder. So the result of index modulo colors dot length is a number between 0 and colors dot length minus 1 each time, because it creates a new grid each time. So in this way, the color from the colors list is cycled through repeatedly for each item in the dynamic list, creating a pattern of colors. So that's a wrap for GridView widgets in Flutter. In our next video, we'll learn about card widgets. Till then, stay tuned and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Wiz Tech.